Live from New York. It's a show that just recently realized that butterflies smell with their feet. It's a Jeopardy question. First things first. Concerned?
Not only am I not concerned, at halftime, tweeting out the clip from the show saying this is why the Lakers shouldn't have played their guys. It was a schedule loss, if such a thing exists, which is forget the back-to-back part of it. The fact that this was the longest break the Clippers had all season other than the All-Star break leading into this game. The Lakers, meanwhile, had to travel on a back-to-back. It looked like they were going to have no fight. You correctly, at the time, I thought, were concerned could LeBron's double-digit point streak be in jeopardy.
Felt like it. Turns out I was very wrong.
And
you thought he wasn't going to get
three, and
he had
couldn't jump.
three and looked dead in the water. And now I sit here today more confident in the Lakers than at any point all season. Because after what I do believe was the worst half of LeBron's entire NBA career, he followed it up with one of the best halves of his career. And we can show it to you. Wildes said bombing threes. He had 30 points on 14 shots in the second half of this game. Kawhi, one of the league's best perimeter defenders, played the entire second half, all 24 minutes. First time he's done that in a game since Game 7 of the 2013 Finals, which, of course, ended with LeBron hitting a jumper over him, similar to a few of these possessions. And what you saw, and the reason it raised my confidence, Brew, was LeBron got to a level after a back-to-back, fresh off an injury, that only three other guys in the league can get to. Giannis, Steph, and Durant. He treated this game like a playoff game. Yep. And now listen, they were terrible and dead-legged and bad early, and Russ brought energy the Lakers didn't have. We'll talk about Russ in a moment. But if there was a looming question of, can playoff mode LeBron still just put a team on his back? The fact that he got 30 in the second half, a game they were down 24 early in the second half, they at one point cut it to 7, to me, and I didn't want them to get the 5 seed anyway, and if they had won out, they would have gotten the 5 seed. For all those reasons, I think Laker fans should be more optimistic this afternoon than at any point all year.
What a take.
I disagree. All right, I wanted to hear the verbal gymnastics you were going to go through to get
I
a
expected the
positive
Lakers
out of it.
to lose
Because playoff LeBron would have won that game. Playoff LeBron would have won that game. Now, I'm going to give LeBron credit. I agree with you. The first half was the worst I've ever seen him play. Some might try to go back to Dallas in 2011 in the finals. In those games, he got passive.
Right.
This game, he just didn't have it in the first half. Was losing his dribble, was turning the ball over, obviously missing shots. And the second half, I tell you, I will give you this. I don't know that this helps. Like, obviously, they still lost. But LeBron, the dog, came out.
Yes.
Like,
I think
he
Russ
guarded
made him mad.
Kawhi.
Yep.
And Kawhi guarded him. And Kawhi couldn't do anything with it.
Couldn't do a thing.
So that LeBron, all those people that want to, he don't have a killer instinct. That was a killer instinct. So LeBron was fantastic, but again, they still lost. And this loss is concerning. All right, for someone, obviously, it heightens their chances of making the play-in. I think they'll survive it, but you won't get that rest. And who knows what can happen in the play-in. So there's that. Secondly, the way the Clippers handled, they own the Lakers. This was, you can say, I don't think, the Lakers did have some negatives because of the schedule, obviously. Sure. And the Clippers got the rest. But what about the previous 10 times they beat them? Like, they get up for the Lakers like they get up for no other team in the league. And if they happen to meet in the playoffs, I assume that would be the case too. They've beaten them 11 straight games. And this made me wonder with the way the Lakers look. I get it was a back-to-back. Look, I was covering the league when nobody even worried about back-to-backs. So I'm not going to sit here and, oh my gosh, they had to play on a back-to-back.
And overtime.
Right. I mean, man, wow. But this makes you look at the previous wins. They won 7 of their last 8 entering last night's game. And I start, because they didn't look good at all against the Clippers, except for LeBron. And I start to look at those wins. Only one of them came against a team that's currently in the top 6 in its conference. And that was Phoenix without Durant and DeAndre Ayton. So I don't know if the Lakers are looking quite as good as we all have thought. And then the thing made me wonder about AD. Now, I'm not going to jump on him for having 17 and 11. I'm not going to jump on him because they double teamed him. Yeah. They played smart ball. Everybody else had to try to score. But they do a good job on AD.
Yeah.
AD averages 22 points against them during this season. And I think one of the reasons that they do a good job on him is that Zubac is not a great center, but he's a tough and he's a strong and he's an interior by the basket center. And AD don't like that. That's why AD's never wanted to play center because he don't want to deal with guys like that.
Well,
and so Zubac looked great last night. 17 and 13, dunking, scoring inside. So those things would give me pause if I'm a Lakers. I'm not writing them off, but I'm just saying my antennas were raised from last night.
We all like Ty Lue here. And if I was Ty Lue watching this show, I'd be like, don't I deserve some credit? I just continually beat this team.
Yeah.
I'm in LA, and all I do is win. And then you guys start the show with LeBron and how great LeBron looked.
Well, hold on, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but that's
LeBron deserved that was
he did. I totally agree. The back-to-back, he's 38. I totally buy it. I just feel like we are so Lakers-centric, and some of the media criticism like that comes from online about television shows like ours. Like, all you do is talk about the Lakers. And it's like, well, LeBron's a big star.
Well, wait a second.
But Ty Lue deserves credit.
Now, listen, I wanted Ty Lue to coach the Lakers. But there was a time where the Clippers were a lead story on all these shows, where the Clippers were the team of LA, where the Clippers were the favorites.
Where smart people picked the Clippers.
Yeah, smart people. People that had a hell of a lot more than faith of 6 out of 10 in their beloved Clippers. And then the Clippers all over themselves repeatedly. And they lost that benefit of the doubt, and Kawhi's decision to opt out of NBA superstardom by load managing to an extent like we've never seen.
But can I push? Like, he didn't last night.
Correct.
He played the entire second half.
Correct.
So that narrative should be dead. And then Ty Lue, at what point, if you're Ty Lue, like, man, when are they going to start talking about me? How many times? 15 in a row?
Hold on a second.
20 in a row? I've won 11 in a row.
I gave him some I was responding to Nick.
No, I'm just
I gave him some props.
Wait, hold on. Let's stay here for a second. This is a frustrating thing. Because you know who wanted Ty Lue to coach the Lakers, right? LeBron James. And he didn't get his way, and he got Frank Vogel. And then some people on a lot of shows, then said, why didn't Frank Vogel get respect? Why is Frank Vogel, now he's the fall guy? All these things. And now the answer to when the Clippers beat the Lakers is, why don't we give Ty Lue more respect? Some of us have been calling Ty Lue one of the best coaches in basketball since he got a raw deal in Cleveland. Now, if I may just very quickly respond to Brew's point. Brew, if your point is the Clippers might be able to match up well with the Lakers in a playoff series.
Not might, will.
I would agree, but the only place they'd be able to meet is the conference finals. Right. So I would feel differently about last night.
Caliber of team. Mm-hmm. This is the first time in weeks they faced this caliber of team, and they got run off the floor.
And so, okay, all right. I think if you're a Lakers fan, your hope for the postseason is Anthony Davis be healthy and LeBron be able to get to a gear that he got to in the second half last night.
It was very impressive. Let's take a look at the teams trying to avoid the play-in. Clippers are at 5, Warriors are at 6. Then it's the Lakers. Then it's the frisky Pelicans, who tried their best to give away the game last night and ended up winning.
That was remarkable.
That was not
Yeah, I mean, they
great.
were up 6 with 8 seconds left and it went to overtime. That was remarkable.
Here's LeBron, who's happy wherever the chips may fall. Simple outfit, but it worked.
Okay.
Confident in the Lakers no matter what seed they get.
Yeah, I mean, the only seed you don't want is the 5. Right? If Phoenix right now looms large over the entirety of the West. They haven't lost with Durant. Durant is playing unbelievable basketball. With Phoenix, however, and I hate to be kind of fatalistic about it, the odds of them getting to the conference finals whole are lower than the average team. By the way, same with the Lakers in that regard because of the history of those players and injuries. I would not want to play Phoenix in round 1. It's why I thought they should rest yesterday and just punt on the 5 seed entirely. I think the Lakers, speaking of back-to-backs, Phoenix plays tonight and then the Lakers tomorrow. My guess is they rest Kevin Durant tomorrow and the Lakers beat the Suns and the Lakers beat the Jazz, and then they will be the 6th seed if Golden State loses on the road in Sacramento, which I would be shocked if they didn't. But 6 or 7, Brew, I think the Lakers are in better shape than 5. Because 6 or 7, you have Memphis or Sacramento in round 1. If you're the 7, and you're in the play-in, even if you lose that first play-in game, okay, then you get Denver. I would rather play Denver than Phoenix in round 1. So I think the Lakers, the ideal, obviously, is they go 2-0, Golden State lose Sacramento, you slide into the 6 against either Memphis or Sacramento. But either way, I think they're in fine shape in either of those spots.
Yeah, wherever they go, I mean, I'm not going to write them off. You got to give them a chance. If they have a healthy LeBron and AD in a wide-open West, you got to give them a chance, even if they're 5th. But you are right. You don't want to meet the Suns. Neither do the Clippers or the Warriors if they have their druthers. Now, Ty Lue said before last night's game, we just going to play. And wherever we end up, we end up. I do like that attitude. But if people are being honest, you would rather play someone else than the Suns. For the Lakers, Sacramento, and this goes for any of the teams, I think they'll beat those teams, Sacramento, Memphis. But those teams play so fast, and the energy.
You would pick the Lakers over the Grizzlies. You would.
I'm not sure yet. Here's the thing about the Grizzlies. Probably, but I'll wait till that happens if it happens. The Grizzlies, though, that what will concern me if I'm the Lakers is in Jaren Jackson Jr. They got a great defender who can, he's not going to stop AD, but can make it tough on him. You've got an explosive guy like a Ja Morant that's going to, and Desmond Bain, Dylan, like they're a good team.
Sure. No,
they're immature,
they're really good
they're
team.
young, but they would be a team, you just a nuisance that you got to deal with. So, look, I agree. If they get Denver, of the team, I'd probably pick facing Sacramento over Denver, but
you'd rather play Denver than Phoenix. You'd rather. Brew is saying the Lakers would rather play Denver than Phoenix
or Memphis,
or the Memphis or the Warriors if that were possible, which it's not. It's a whole host of teams.
Russ revenge games started off hot. Brew, did Russ get the last laugh here?
Look, I'm sure it felt good for Russ, and it should. He should be happy. It's great for him, but no, come on. All of the stuff he went through, you're talking about a top 75 player of all time. You're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're talking about a guy who is from LA, who grew up rooting for the Lakers, and he caught absolute hell with the Lakers. From the fans, you can say it's justified or not, he still was the scapegoat for everything. So you're not going to get the last laugh over that in a regular season game. Now, if they get to the playoffs, like you said, it'd be tough for them to match up. But if they somehow matched up in the conference finals and then Russ helped the Clippers beat them, that's the last laugh. But no, this was nice. I'm happy for Russ. But no, this doesn't do it.
So I was really conflicted with this because part of me respected it and liked it, and part of me said, this is where you're your own worst enemy. So by the way, he won them the game, in my opinion. They started the game off 15-2 because of him and his energy, and the rest of the way the Lakers played him, even in fact beat him the rest of the way. But it was that opening burst the Lakers had no answer to. And Russ was hitting jumpers and active on defense and doing all the things you would hope the best version of Russ did. Then, and we can show you the numbers, he went back to being the Russell Westbrook we've known the last few years, which is inefficient and not very effective. The rest of the game.
Well, it didn't play
as much, but
thank you.
He played enough to take 7 shots, turn the ball a few times, have a number of defensive lapses, but that's fine. What I found interesting was he's clearly furious with LeBron.
Oh, you think? I'm not being sarcastic. I didn't.
Yeah. He was pointing at LeBron. Yeah. He was talking to LeBron. When LeBron had the turnover, Russ caught it and said, nice pass. He's clearly angry that he feels like, it would appear to me, he feels like he got a raw deal from LeBron. To which I would say, what more did you want? You got more than a full season to show that you could be a part of winning basketball. You were unable to do it. Is it just a LeBron reason that the entire league knew you were available and no one would take you unless the Lakers attached a pick? That once you did get traded with a pick attached, you got instantly bought out by that team? Like, part of what has made Russell Westbrook one of the greatest players ever is the stubbornness, the will, the self-assuredness, and it's part of what I loved watching about him. But it also, to me, right now, is part of the reason that he doesn't understand that Russell Westbrook has been Russell Westbrook's own biggest enemy. It has not been people calling him Westbrook. It has not been teammates not supporting him enough. It has not been the media. It has been his inability to evolve to today's NBA and to improve as a shooter, flatly.
Yeah, look, he can be upset with LeBron if he wants. That's fine. But like I said, when he went to the Clippers, he's a better fit there. He wasn't a good fit. We all knew that from the get-go. He wasn't a fit with the Lakers. He's a better fit with the Clippers. And he's playing solid for him.
Coming up next, Kyrie and the Mavs. And could Luka be done in Dallas? Oh, no.
Somebody saw that coming.
They better hope not.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.